It's hello, people from the internet. Hello, everyone. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening. The time has come for me to stream once again. So here we are about to stream some Thunderdome, as you can see. Thunderdome. What are we going to play in Thunderdome? Well, first let me see if there's like any new species. Doesn't seem to be the case. I heard that Vampire was on the chopping block. But it's still in the game. So what are we going to use to achieve the goal of today's stream? As you can see, the title says this stream ends when I kill Master Blaster. And you may not know what Master Blaster is. You're gonna find out. Yeah. What am I going to play? Deep Elf. Yeah, Deep Elf. The first couple of levels might be hard. This might take me a couple of attempts, but let's see how it goes. Let's see how it goes. Now I'm thinking maybe Earth Elementalist because it gets Stone Arrow. Let's give it a try. Yeah, sure. Why not? Not that I would be doing a lot with that until later. Yeah, thank you for the Prime subscription. I appreciate it.
My wife still doesn't believe in me.
Yeah, it took a while for it to appear, but definitely I appreciate the subscription. I hope you enjoy this. I realize that I haven't played in a very long time. Any sprints, so that's what we're doing. I don't remember if the altars are always in the same spot. Okay, immediately at the very beginning we have the rents, and I think I left behind some gear. Yeah, I haven't played this in a while. I hope that my only enemy here is Terence, because I don't think I can deal with much more than that. Always enjoy my gameplay Rift Wizard. Yeah, Rift Wizard is neat. Okay. Wow, it was literally the last altar, the Behemoth altar. All right. Was that it for wave 1? I mean, I was expecting that to be the case. Oh no, there's a Nork there. I didn't even try casting stuff against the Rens because I knew I was not gonna get past the armor class, so I needed the consumables. Fortunately, the consumables were more than enough to deal with the Rens. Now I need to level up to 3 to cast the Stone Arrow, which funnily enough, I can kinda already cast it, most likely, because I already have plenty of... yeah, it's at 8% chance to miscast, because I have plenty of spell casting and intelligence that allows me to cast the Stone Arrow. Is this a new thing? What even is a sprint? Sprint is a fixed map. It is not a new thing. It's been in the game for many, 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 many years. Let me show you. Let me show you. Oh, I guess I cannot show you unless I... it doesn't matter. Where is my console? It's right here. We can move this a little bit. You can see that's how the game looks to me because I play in console. I don't play tile. So instead of pressing play crawl, you press sprint, and it loads the sprint that I'm in. Normally, you get a selection of sprints to play, but since I already have one started. I don't get to do that. Let me reload this. There we go. And we can continue. The sprint that I'm currently playing is Thunderdome, where I am in an arena. This is pretty much all there will be. Enemies will spawn from the spawners, and I have to kill them to survive. I get like a certain amount of time, right? This means turns. When this timer starts, I run the risk of losing my score multiplier, and the score multiplier like increases the amount of gold that I get every time I clear a wave and stuff. And as you can see, there's plenty of shops, and you get money for doing well in the waves, and you can buy some really strong gear. Yeah, just to show you the shops. This one has a bunch of potions of heal wounds and curing. This one has a bunch of potions of experience. This one has quad damage. Like this mod is pretty funny. There's plenty of things. There's plenty of things that do not happen in normal crawl. A quad damage, as you probably guessed, does exactly what it says on the label. Quad damage. So yeah, it is consumable. It goes away after a little bit, but it is a pretty powerful thing to have. You know what? I should probably walk a little bit closer to that guy. And then Wand of Light. Ouch, that really hurt. That is not unexpected. And I win. And as you can see, victory. That means that I killed the entire wave. Score multiplier 2 times. Now I have 12 arena points. Gained 12. And I guess we're training these. I could train evocations, maybe. Yeah, let's train some evocations, just in case I need it. My evocations skill gained 7 levels and now is at level 7. Yep. Sprints have a wildly exaggerated amount of experience gain. As you can see here, experience level 2, next 831%. I guess you don't see it in tiles, but in console it does show. Experience level 2, next 831%. So yeah. I'm gonna gain a bunch of levels from this, like probably 3 or so, maybe more. We're gonna get intelligence. Yep. Okay, that was exactly 3 levels. Not bad. And now I have a little time to rest, to recuperate. I got my gold for beating the wave, and now I can go and buy some stuff while I wait for the next wave to start. And as you can see, weapon rack, you can buy whatever weapon you want. Like this is a bunch of high-end weapons. You get access to them quite early, all things considered, because of the way that this mode works. You're gonna be thrown at pretty crazy things, so you kind of have to be prepared to deal with that. Basic armor. So that is armor that is not enchanted or branded. You might actually give this a try. You always like the idea of crawl, but the time investment, especially as a bit of a newbie, is daunting. Oh yeah, sprints are perfect for that, because sprints make you stronger way faster than the normal game. Like actually way faster. It's crazy. And you get to really think about like what tools you have to solve situations that you wouldn't be thrown at in the normal game, but you also wouldn't have the tools to deal with in the normal game. Like it's a lot more different than the normal game, and it is a lot of fun as well. And I should probably play them more because I feel like they are probably more enjoyable than the main game for me at this point. Anyway, I'll buy that at some point, not immediately. Sometimes in this miscellaneous shop you can get some really good stuff, and this time I got regen, but I want mana regen, not normal regen. Premium goods, a box of beasts. And as you can see there, there's the quad damages. Let's inspect one. A mysterious item resembling a rune of some kind. Once evoked, it will make the user glow blue and add a reverb to all sound. And there may be other effects as well. Yeah, who knows what other effects could it have? As you can see, I can buy potions of haste and heal wounds, and they're expensive. Um, let's see what else we got here. Scrolls of Identify, Brand Darts, plenty of Brand Darts. We cannot afford any of that as of right now. More Brand Darts, this time they're jewelry. Um, Talismans, timeless talismans. This is new because, well, I have not played this in a while, so yeah, the talismans. Um, Talismans weren't in the game the last time I played this. A bunch of scrolls, amnesia, brand weapon, enchant armor. Yeah, talismans my favorite. They're pretty fun. They're pretty fun to use. I enjoy them. More scrolls. It's literally the same shop. Books must have magic. Some cheap books, all things considered. Look at that, Annihilations only costs 420. So it is perfectly reasonable to rush Firestorm. Like it is legit a strat to rush Firestorm. Um, I wonder if these books have been made cheaper. I don't remember them being this cheap. But anyway, I'm probably gonna go for Firestorm. Or like pretty much every time that I tried to play this, I didn't try to play a mage because the early waves are very hard. And it's a lot more feasible to survive them if you're playing a character um, that can attack. So I played like Ogre Melee, and I bought a Giant Spike Club super early, and I just trained it to Mendeley. And then I got Statue Form. But this time we're doing a little bit of a different thing. I feel like I've watched a lot of my YouTube content when I've complained that the talismans seem weak. Um, some are, some are. Like the ones that are like new are kind of whack and not really worth training for. But then you have Dragon Form got nerfed pretty hard, and it's still really strong. Um, I used as a troll not so long ago. I used snake form, and I used the snake form to not have claws, so I could attack hydras without giving them extra heads, and that worked very well. And then I found statue form, and I just used that for the rest of the game. But like statue form is still the MVP when it comes to amulets, in my opinion, or talismans rather. Yeah. And that form was really, really strong, and then it got nerfed pretty badly, and I haven't used it since it got nerfed. Um, what is this? Pushing creatures out of the way to make space for it. This barricade is durable, and whenever a segment, a frangible, what is frangible? Let's look that up. What is going to tell me? Like Google is gonna tell me what is frangible. Let's see. A material is said to be frangible if through the formation attempts to break up into fragments rather than the forming elastically and retaining its cohesion as a single object. Okay, so interesting. So instead of being well, instead of being losing shape, it starts breaking off. That's frangi. That's when something is frangible. Now we know. Mm, you'll have to go binge what you've missed. You're having internet issues for a bit there. Oh yeah, for um 3 weeks I had no internet. It was pretty bad. Especially since it happened exactly when I promised to play Crawl. And like I think that was perhaps a little bit of a signal, like an omen, but I did go back to playing Crawl when I got back my internet, and delaying it the Crawl thing actually worked out kind of okay because it lined up with the tournament. I got my internet back just in time to warm up a little bit for the tournament, and then I played the tournament and I got some pretty okay wins. If you want to hear about the tournament, like recap, I put it on YouTube very recently. Yeah. fragmented bits of ice, like being covered in a bunch of pieces of ice rather than a full piece of ice. Frangible in this case means that, yeah, whenever a segment of it is destroyed, it will fracture into a salvo of icy projectiles launched at whatever destroyed it. Yeah, that's what the frangible part means. The caster strays too far away from their barrier, it will melt rapidly, as every Forgecraft spell. Yeah, I might use that, but probably not, since it's Forgecraft. Forgecraft seems like something for Mountain Dwarfs more than anything. The Book of Annihilation for 420, we are getting that for sure. What's this guy's ability for Forgecraft? It's +1. I guess it's +1 because all magic schools are +1 or better because Deep Elf. But I think it would be cute if that was the only one where they didn't have +1. In fact, that's what I was expecting. It's not recommended. All mage backgrounds are recommended, except for except for that one. Yeah. And now that I have Stun Arrow, oh, I didn't learn it. Ooh, that's bad. I'm gonna use Sandblast and hope that. Oh, maybe I can. Maybe I have the time to learn Stun Arrow. Yeah, there we go. Didn't finish checking the shops. Yeah, some good potions. And then we're about to get to the curings and heal wounds. Though fortunately I start with plenty, so I don't need them. And here you can see the potions of experience. I think that this is the most important thing to get first, for obvious reasons, right? So that's what I'm gonna try to save my money for. First potions of experience. Then once I am a decent enough level with decent enough mana, I'm going to start getting Randards. I got a Wand of Flame. That's not a terrible thing to get. Gods that get piety from, or like gods that you get piety for that require like exploration are completely unviable here. For example, Ashansari or Jiva. Old Jiva worked very well in sprints. I don't know how new Jiva works. Do the shop contents keep changing over the waves? Nope, they stay like that for the entirety of the game. What you get at the very start is all there will be. It's very difficult to run out of resources, but you might run out of one thing. That is possible. Okay, Orc Warrior. Goodbye, Orc Warrior. And that finishes the wave. And now I get 60 gold pieces. You want to scream. You just choked a shattered run that started with incredible RNG and very nearly reached the easy part of the game with an endgame weapon ready. Oh, you choked pretty bad. I hope that I don't choke pretty bad. I am playing Thunderdome. You may have never seen this. It's surprising to me that like sprints have been in the game since I started playing. When I started playing, there were already 4 sprints. They're so old that I play tested one of them. Like I'm in the credits of that sprint because I play tested it. I obviously was like 15 years old or so, and I didn't have any feedback that like was worth anything. Um, so like I feel like I would be able to do a much better job at playtesting these kind of things now. But I did do it at least. So I contributed a little bit to Crawl over Crawl's history. You saw a message there that said you sense a tension in the north. Whenever you get a message like that, every monster that spawns will spawn from the spawners here. So yeah, normally they spawn from like any spawner, and that's why I'm constantly circling the arena. But if they're gonna be spawned here, if they're gonna be spawning here, I don't have to do that. The only issue is, of course, when multiple monsters spawn at the same time, and then I have to fight multiples, and that is a little bit complicated. I have a static discharge available, and static discharge ignores evasion, so it might be an okay thing to get. I'm gonna pick it up. I can always forget it later if I really need to. Okay, this is a little bit annoying. Yeah, that Blink Frog is a little bit too much for me. I'm level 7. Volatile Blast Modes. It's that spell that explodes, right? Hmm. Nah. Victory. Okay, so now I have 120. The more score multiplier I have, the more gold I get. So like the easiest way to get stronger is to just do better in these waves. And I would say that the early waves are probably the most important ones because of the um because like you this is wave number 3 and now I have 1 potion of experience which I'm gonna proceed to use. Or I could wait for a level up, level 8, and then I use it to get to level 9. And I don't think that sounds like such a terrible thing. On the other hand, I should start thinking about perhaps getting more spells, like Passwall. No, not Passwall. I messed up. I wanted to get Brom's Barreling Boulder, actually. Passwall does very little here. It doesn't do nothing, because there's these walls here. Like, I wonder if I can Passwall um, oh no, it doesn't reach that far because I don't have that much spell power. It would be kind of cute if I could use it like this and get all the way over there. Um, that would also require me to like preserve these structures, and I might get shatter at some point later. In fact, it might be in my best interest to remove the cover so I can just immediately hit any monster no matter where it's coming from. Right now it hasn't been that much of a problem, but there will be situations where I may or may not salvage the multiplier, and by extension, my multiplier will be reset, and the amount of gold that I get after the wave gets reset, and that kind of thing. Yes, you can hide in these boxes. It's not perfect cover, but it is cover. It's definitely better than nothing at this point in the game. But as I get stronger, I won't really be needing these. Um, a round 4 fight. Oh, every 5 waves there is a boss fight. And you may be wondering, well, what do you fight against in a boss fight? You'll see. You'll see. I might not make it. This might take me multiple attempts. Started a little bit earlier than usual to guarantee that I do it in one stream. Or, well, not guarantee, but to increase the odds that I do manage it at a reasonable amount of time. Iskenderun's Battlesphere. Battlesphere is not bad. What does it do now? Look at that. Now it has damage output. 2 dice of 9, max 2 dice of 18. It's the same. It's lower level now. It's level 4. It used to be level 5, conjurations only. Battlesphere fires when you cast Sandblast, Stun Arrow, Static Discharge, or Brom's Barreling Boulder. Behemoth supports the use of this spell. I'm gonna stop training fighting. I feel like I am a deep elf, right? So because of that, I will train. I will train less fighting and more spellcasting since my base HP is kind of on the low side. So training fighting doesn't really do that much. It does something, and it is tangible enough for me to have wanted to do it for a little bit, but I think that is more than enough. And a Guardian Mummy. These have, it will inflict a necromantic curse on its foe when destroyed. At least we are not yet at the point where we are going to be seeing the nasty mummies. Yeah, nothing that we cannot kill with good old stun arrow spam. Unfortunately, we didn't get an Amulet of Mana regen in the shop that just gives me plain amulets, so I'm gonna have to hope to get a mana regen from the artifacts. Yep, and that is 200 gold pieces. Now I have 300 gold, and I think we're gonna use this potion of experience now. Yep, and we're gonna get some intelligence. I could consider getting strength so I can wear pearl scales. That is not outside of the realm of possibility since pearl scales are guaranteed. I just have to afford them. and I have to get like the strength to use them, right? So I could definitely think about that. Let me go buy more potions of experience. I have another one that I can afford for 300, and we're gonna buy it now. Okay, that is 16.3 spellcasting. It's quite a lot. It's quite a lot, and that's what I mean when I say like these modes are very different from normal gameplay. You get a lot stronger, a lot faster, but you also face a lot more ridiculous things. The guarantee for items that like that makes for very interesting character decisions. Or if you wanna see character decisions, I strongly recommend you to turn the game on right now and play Cigarette Sprint. You are gonna be blown away by the amount of character decision you get at the start when you play Cigarette Sprint. Because you can make your end game build from the very beginning in Cigarette Sprint. It is so fun. But Cigarette Sprint is very hard as well, especially the starts. It is quite hard. After all, you are thrown into one floor cigarette. It is literally the cigarette experience, but it all compressed into one floor. That's how all sprints are. It's one floor. Um, so yeah, I feel like you're gonna have fun with it. What are we going to be training for now? I should be training conjurations, and since we're gonna be going for Firestorm, like perhaps I should also be training Fire Magic. But I don't have any Fire Magic jets. So I'm just gonna train conjurations. Yep, I'm just gonna train conjurations. Now I have 32 mana. I think that the next thing that I buy, since I have so much mana now, is not going to be potions of experience. I might want to wait and buy Randarts to get resistances. Those are going to be necessary or important for later waves. And yep, round 5 boss is Lernie. This round doesn't end until I beat Lernie. And it ends when I beat Lernie. I don't have to beat anything else but Lernie. On the other hand, I have to beat Lernie, and Lernie kind of has 150 HP, and I'm just a level 10 squishy deep elf. To be perfectly fair, I do have the means to kill Lernie, so it's not outside of the realm of possibility that I beat Lernie. It's just kind of jarring. I guess that's a good way to put it, because you would normally not be expected to be able to do something like this in normal gameplay, but that's the magic of sprints. We're gonna use Brom. I'm gonna see if I can Wand of Roots Lernie. No, I cannot Wand of Roots through the boulder. That's fine. Those are gonna hurt. Those are a problem. Those are gonna hurt because I don't have the resistance. I should maybe use a potion of resistance. Yeah, I'm gonna go for it. After all, we have more of that, so it's not a problem. Your boulder is destroyed. Yes, it is. Of course, it is. I don't think I need to use Wand of Roots because Lernie already. Yeah, it has very little evasion and no armor class. I can kill it with enough spam of the things that I can do. The thing is, surviving because the Foxfires hurt. That is my main concern here. That the Foxfires hurt. Perhaps I should be fighting this while hasted. That is another important thing to keep in mind. I have access to these resources and I should use them. I was thinking of Passwall, but Passwall, like if I try to Passwall, I'm just gonna die to Lernie before the Passwall happens. Brom. I'm hasted, so I can run away from Lernie. Yeah, Brom is not great, I'm seeing. Or like it's not great versus Lernie. Okay, no, I'm going to use Wand of Roots actually. No, why would you shoot at that? This ends when I kill Lernie. Why would you shoot at the Will-O-Wisp? Aha! You feel your power returning. A rune of Sod has appeared. You have won a prize for killing the boss. Oh, yeah, it doesn't actually. You can stall out the boss. Yeah, I remember. But of course, if you stall out the boss, you lose your skull multiplier. You don't get the prize. In this case, the prize is a Flux Talisman. I see. Not a great prize. Uh, I get a potion of experience. I think that you get that always every 5 waves, and you get a rune. And if you're wondering about the runes, um, I think that you need 3 runes to pick up the orb in this mode, or something along those lines. Um, the orb will spawn eventually, and after a boss wave, you get a lot more time to recuperate. Of course, if you didn't, it would be ridiculous. Um, Only 250 gold pieces, I see. Yeah, I should drink this potion of experience. You got meth. I don't care about meth. Not gonna learn that. We have some stapes, which I cannot afford. They're quite pricey. Probably gonna buy the Staff of Conjuration in time. I still cannot afford the Book of Annihilations. Should think about buying the Randards. Oh, look at that! They're so cheap. Why are they so cheap? Have they always been this cheap? I should try first an amulet and then 2 rings. Yeah. Okay, that's a pretty good ring, the first one. Second one, I don't like the negative willpower. That one is a stinker. And the amulet is terrible because it's an amulet of Guardian Spirit. So we can drop these 2. I'm not using those, but I am keeping this first ring. And we can do it again. I'm going to buy now 1 amulet and 1 ring. To begin with, I cannot afford more than 1 amulet and 1 ring anyway. And I don't really care about buying 2 rings since I already have a good one. That's a Crobat with blink and resistance to negative, and ring is also really good, so we're keeping those 2 things. In time, I'm gonna buy the entirety of the shop because I mean they're super cheap and there's plenty of room for upgrade there, so I'm going to do that. Um, You've never even experienced the end game in Crawl. You only have a single 3-rune win. Well, it's not really the end game. It's more like extended. Um, that's how people think of it all the time. Extended means that like it's beyond the end game. The end game would be getting the orb and that kind of thing. That's the end game because you do have to do that every run. Extended is optional, and that is why people call it extended. Get ready. Round 6 fight. Stun Arrow is still getting the job done. When the time comes, and the time will come where it will no longer get the job done, I will surely have something better to do than Stun Arrow. Kind of like in the normal game. And I could technically already get on with that. The thing is that I do not have the money to buy the book. I'm gonna start training for Fire Magic. Yeah, I am going to go straight for Firestorm because it's right there. I just have to get the money to go for it. Something that you could try in this mode that I have not tried before is Gosag. Since Gosag is Gosag even here? Maybe Gosag was removed. No, Gosag is here. Yeah, Gosag could work very well considering how strong you can get just from acquiring money. Since pretty much everything that you could possibly want is in shops, like crazy gear and crazy amounts of potions of experience and randards and stuff. And if you want more, you can even make shops as a Gosag worshipper. So no, now that I'm talking about it, I'm almost certain that I have played Gosag in this mode before. Okay, this might be one of those where it's difficult for me to. Oh, okay. For a second, I was fearing that it was gonna get close, but fortunately, I found the cane toad, and yeah, how is this going? 300 gold pieces. Um, we have 325. Hmm. Imagine how strong Che would be here. Oh, it would be terrible to play Che. Since as you can see, I have to move a lot. Yeah, you're probably gonna miss a lot of multiplier if you try to do this with Shay. It's not impossible, but it is not gonna be great. I have plenty of stuff in my reserve still, so I don't feel like I need to buy any consumables. Yeah, I should start thinking about buying this Book of Annihilations. I would like a stepping stone for Firestorm. Like, do we have not that? Yeah. Oh, Forge Monarch Bomb. What is that? Constructs a flying incendiary factory packed to the brim with plus cluster bomblets, which it can deploy both in melee and launch at range. While the Monarch's bomblets have no attack of their own, they will pursue the caster's enemies until given the signal to explode. Recasting this spell while anything created by by. I suspect that someone missed a word in the description there. Recasting this spell while anything created by it is still active will detonate the Monarch Bomb and all bomblets, dealing a combination of fire and physical damage to everything adjacent to them besides the caster. That's not terrible. You need some more mana efficient spells before Firestorm. I would like to get Fireball. That's what I'm going for. Maybe IMB as well, but I don't know if these books have it. Bombard? Bombard. Bombard. Like, maybe Bombard could be a thing that I get. Oh, Blink could be a nice thing to have. Permafrost could also be okay. But I would really like Fireball. Do we have Fireball? Let me see. I think that I can just search for Fireball. Nope, can't find anything matching that. Plenty of spells in those books, yet no a Fireball. Fulminate could be really okay as well. Steam Dragon, that's some potential armor that I could get. Not bad. No armor. I wonder if this wave is gonna be only dragons. The waves are thematic, in case you haven't noticed. It at the very beginning it's like early enemies, and then it starts getting a little bit spicier. Orcs, Lair stuff, and then Lair branch stuff, and so on and so on. There's elves, and well, I'm not gonna spoil the later ones. Yeah, I have beaten this mode multiple times in the past, and I enjoy it. It makes me happy. But it is quite fun to see it for the first time if you have never seen it before. Okay, slow and steady wins the race. Fireball. Oh, ask and you shall be given. Okay, gonna get that. That is actually perfect. Actually perfect. Exactly what I wanted to get. There will be situations where, like, I don't have the range for Stone Arrow, or I am facing enemies that have too much evasion, and Fireball will be the correct thing to use. Okay. I would like to get Steam Armor. Okay. Pretty good. 350 gold pieces, and now I can buy the Book of Annihilations. In order to cast Firestorm, I'm gonna need like probably around 24, since I'm kind of low level, and by extension, I'm low intelligence. Well, 29 intelligence is not quite low. I do have +3 intelligence, but it's still not as high as I would have it if I was going through a normal game and then getting Firestorm at the end. So yeah, I'm probably gonna need 24. In a normal game, I would need less than that. Give me a second. I have to step away for a bit. I'll be right back. Alrighty, I am back and ready to continue. Man, I have been enjoying this a lot. Like to the point where if this goes well, I might do it for not all the sprints because some of them are too old. Like some of them are too old and they have not aged gracefully. But like from sprint 5 onwards, I think that's where the sprints started to get really, really good. Before that, it was more of a puzzle, lots of trial and error than actual, crawl. Yeah, I might play them just to show them. There's like 9. Um, yeah, there's like 8 or 9. It's tension in the north, so let's go to the north. Okay, we got a lure level. Nothing that we have to worry about because we're a strong mage. Except for running out of mana. That is a little bit worrisome. Ooh, Rupert! Now that is something else. It would be nice to have some curare. Is there any curare? Okay, there's no curare. Oh boy, I'm a little bit worried about Rupert. I don't know how to deal with that. We might die. Rupert scares everyone. Yeah, let's see what we got here. 55% chance to explode. 55% chance. I have Brom, so I'm gonna use Brom, and Brom will protect me from both the Paralyze and the Confuse. Rupert cannot hit me with those because the boulder is in the way. The thing is that the boulder will explode pretty much if Rupert hits it. And this is not a boss wave or anything. It's just like, yeah, 55% chance to die, pretty much. This is just like being in your lair 3 and having Rupert in your lair 3. And the equivalent of leaving the level is just stalling the time. Because when the time runs out, the level gets wiped. And you lose your multiplier, but you do survive. And that is probably what counts. Basilisk is here to make you worry more. Yeah, Basilisk has a 32% chance. Maybe I should have bought some wheel. Yeah, surely there's, Ring of Willpower there. Unfortunately, I decided to buy Randarts, and the Randarts did not give me willpower. Nope. Pretty spooky. But also, I would say that I'm much more favored to win this fight than an average scroll character would be, just because I am a lot more powerful. To begin with, a character at this point in the game wouldn't have 3 decent Randarts. Like straight up, it wouldn't happen. I cannot do the same thing with Brom for the Basilisk. I feel like I have to kill it now. Oh, you know what I should use? Haste and also maybe Brilliance if I have it. Oh, I don't have it. I can afford them. I can afford them. The thing is getting to them. I don't think that's gonna happen right now. Yeah, the way I'm aiming this is so that if I don't hit the Basilisk, I hit the Komodo Dragon, and that already worked once. Brom again. We don't want to have anything to do with Rupert. I think I'm getting saved by haste. You think Basilisk has to die immediately? I think so too. Okay, Rupert is almost dead. You think maybe Fireball gets the job done? Oh, I accidentally wasted some mana. I should probably put this spell somewhere else so I don't use it anymore. Don't have enough mana. 78% almost dead, please. You kill Rupert! Victory! Score multiplier 10 times. I'm getting plenty of points. 400 gold. Now I can buy the Staff of Kong. Let me see how this Book of Annihilations is doing, specifically the Firestorm. 54%. So we're making some progress. Yeah, plenty of progress when it comes to Firestorm. Not quite there yet, but we will be there. I think I can just leave those 3 on until it's time to Firestorm. It was a little bit of a close call. I would like to buy not that. I would like to buy Brilliance. Yeah, we might need those. Running out of mana is probably one of the greatest concerns that we have, and Brilliance will help me a lot with that. We're at 2 potions of haste. I don't need to buy any yet. Yeah, sprint, because I haven't done sprint in a very long time. Do we keep playing the gacha? I feel like I do keep playing the gacha. I'm gonna buy one at a time. You caught a stream and a crawl stream. Yeah, very rare. Can you buy 1/2 enlightenments for panic magic resistance? There's only 1 potion of enlightenment. Certainly possible, and certainly worth doing. I'm probably gonna do it, but I'm gonna buy Randards first. Yeah, let's play some Randard gacha. We found a Ring of Willpower. Let's go. That is exciting. Now, what do we actually want to replace? What does it have? 3 dexterity. It's pretty whack. Pretty whack. I guess that we're gonna replace these. Flying, willpower, and 3 dexterity, and we lose 5 evasion, resistance negative, and 3 intelligence. It's a pretty bad trait, but I mean, willpower is kind of important. I just almost died because I didn't have it, so I think that's pretty fair. We could also play the gacha for the armor, because I only have the robe that I started the game with, so I could definitely use some upgrades. What would we want to buy first? Maybe Randard robes? But the thing is that I don't want to be using robe at the end. I want to be using those pearl scales. I'm gonna buy the helmet. For intelligence. Unfortunately, I already have the flight property, but for intelligence, I'm not going to be annoyed by. It's actually pretty nice to have for intelligence. And I should go buy that potion of enlightenment, just in case. A flame called Kobold comes into view, which, yeah, there will be funny things that do not spawn normally. Kobold that has been enchanted to explode in a blaze of fire. Very self-descriptive. It does exactly what it says on the label. And it said tension in the east, so exactly where I am now. Yeah, I think it's only gonna be those guys. I think that this one is gonna be on the easier side of things. Where are the flame cooled elephants at? Hopefully not close to me, because those are giant and their explosion is larger. I'm going to be using Fireball. They have very low HP, so they will die to 1 Fireball every time. Oh, how did you get all the way over there? It said east, tension in the east. I thought I was standing in the east. Victory. And we get 450 gold pieces. And now I can buy a Staff of Conjuration, and maybe I should. Maybe I should. Yeah, my Fireball still has plenty of room for power increase. What's my Yeah, we're not at the point where we can start casting Firestorm yet. Spell Firestorm. It's at 54% still. Last time I checked, it was at 54. Do I buy this? I'm gonna buy it. I'm gonna buy it. I hope that I do not regret buying it. Now let me check if there were any Randart staves that I could have bought instead of these. Okay. What is the Randarts? Oh, yeah, boss round. Okay. I wonder what's the boss. Dire Wolf Spider. Oh, that's rough. 300 HP Dire Wolves. Wolf Spider. 300 HP Wolf Spider. Any wizardry around or experience versus enhancers? Yes, there are experience evocables. I think I have one already. Don't I have one? No. We have Box of Beasts in a shop. That's the one that I have. And that's it. Only Box of Beasts. In this case, it would be kind of useful. Anyway, this is the boss. It's just a wolf spider, but it has 300 HP. Kind of difficult to kill. With some poison magic, it would not be so hard. But I feel like I can do it. You know what? Maybe I should use haste and brilliance. Let me use Brom, push it away a little bit, and brilliance. Wow, Brom is bullying this spider bad. What a strong spell. Is Brom the key to beat this? Yeah, the spider's almost dead. Oh, I messed up. I misaligned. Yeah, much better if I cast it where it's not next to walls. Hey, and I got Magna Bolt too. Okay, getting carried by Brom. Oh, I got Condemnation. I guess I can carry it as a trophy. That is my extra prize for beating the boss. 500 gold pieces. Pretty good. Now I could buy 2 potions of experience, and it may be worth it. You may have noticed that I have not really been leveling up. So in order to keep up with the threats that I'm gonna be facing, I think that it's probably for the best that I buy these potions of experience and I proceed to drink them. And intelligence. Okay, 32 intelligence. Now let's see what the game says about Firestorm. 30%, so we are getting pretty close. It's about to happen. I don't think we're getting Magna Bolt. It would be okay, but I don't think we're getting it. I think that I don't really want to train so much our magic, at least not immediately. I might do it later. And if I do it later, oh, it's not in any books. So that means the only way to get it is to get it now. Is it worth it? I don't know. I feel like that spell is good, but it is good only if you have obscene amounts of mana. And yeah, I don't even have mana regen. I have not found it yet, so I'm gonna hold on to it. On the other hand, Firestorm, yeah, we're almost there. We're almost there. Pretty exciting. With my next gold reward from the next wave, I'm gonna buy some more potions of haste since we are pretty low on potions of haste. I only have one, and fortunately, I have not had to use any scrolls of blinking. I have been able to retain them, and there's plenty in there's plenty here. As you can see, there's a lot of scrolls of blinking, so we don't have to worry about running out of those. There's also the blinking spell if I want it. Though I think that because of the nature of this mode, it is not as awesome as it would be in the normal game. Anyway, let's wait for the next wave. Tension in the east, so exactly where I am, right? Kulisibora. So we're gonna see spiders. But my fireball does 3 dice of 23, which is plenty of damage. Or spider. Oh yeah, we are one-shotting spiders. Um, I have to say that only 3 dice is a bit unreliable. I am glad that the new spells have more die rolls, so they're more reliable. It's easier to actually feel like you're gonna kill something by casting something only once. Fireball has not failed me yet. Oh, it was about time. Yeah, that's fine. Plasma beam. At 1% too. Should I get that? I feel like I'm definitely searching for spells that do well when it comes to dealing with single targets, and Plasma Beam is kind of that. And it is full screen range. It could be my boss killer for the next wave. Yeah, am I going to be strong enough to cast Farstorm for level 15, for like wave 15? Is the question. Yeah, Plasma Beam is pretty huge damage. Wildly unreliable, but it is pretty huge damage on a good roll. Farstorm is at 24%. I am going to go ahead and say that I will have Farstorm by the time wave 15 comes. So I'm not gonna get Plasma Beam. I don't think I'm gonna need it before that anyway. Emperor Scorpion. Now that could be something that Plasma Beam would help me with, but I didn't get it. Yeah, this guy has a little bit too much armor class, so that's gonna be kind of annoying to deal with. You know, you say this every time, but it's so nice to see the console or a bit of it, so you know what the hell anything is. Yeah, I'm glad you appreciate it. It's a good thing that I decided to actually put it in my new OBS setup after migrating computers. Oh, talking about that, I sent. Well, I didn't send. I brought my old computer, like the motherboard and the SSD and stuff like that, to my cousin, and I tried to format and reinstall Windows 10, and for some reason I wasn't able to. I think that the SSD may be reaching the end of its lifetime because I've had it for 10 years, and it's an SSD, and it's a 10-year-old SSD, so it's understandable that it is on its last legs. But that means that I cannot install Windows on my cousin's computer. It's already assembled and everything. It's just I just doesn't have an HDD, so I'm gonna have to wait until I can get an SSD for that computer. If any of you wants to contribute, my cousin and I would appreciate it. Oh, you know what? This is a moment for Brom. Yep, push that guy away. Okay, not bad, not bad. That was not that many enemies. Okay, and I did say that with my reward I should buy haste. And enlightenment maybe? Where can you contribute? There is the donation button. Like any donations, well, normally they would go towards me, but since I have that that I want to do, I would just buy it for my cousin. Yeah. In order to donate, there's like the donation button in the description in my Twitch channel. Yeah. And I would appreciate it. Thank you for that. Thank you for thinking about that. Yeah, we buy that potion of enlightenment just in case that I need an extra boost of willpower. I have 345. Annihilations costs 420, but we still cannot cast Firestorm. I'm almost certain. Firestorm. Yeah, oh, 17%. We're making quite a bit of progress. Yeah, we're almost there. To the point where I might want to turn off spellcasting just to focus on conjurations and fire. Oh, yeah. You have 91 wins in 1400 games, and you have never played on SSH console, only Webhouse this whole time, and you can't see anything in console. For me, it's the other way around. I have more time and more wins than that, and all of them except for one was in console. The Tiles win took me 9 hours. It was quite painful. I don't really want to do it again. But I put it on YouTube in case any of you want to watch it. 9 hours of Tiles gameplay. I hear from the people who were there when I played it live that it was quite funny to see. Oh man, this Fireball does real damage. It does big boy damage. Yeah, I almost never have Fireball do that much damage, but it is quite nice. 3 dice of 23 is quite a lot of damage. Yeah. My Radiate, by comparison, does 3 dice of 27 with no alchemy training. It's nice to have a staff of conjurations. Was there any... no, there was no tension. There was no tension. You know, this wave being slimes is kind of scary because of acid blobs. Oh, and because of rock slimes. Oh, yeah, this could be a pretty nasty wave. Just goes to show how quickly things can ramp up in this mode. This is gonna be a little bit hard. The position is not great. I think that I should haste. Maybe haste and brilliance, but no, I'm gonna save the brilliances because we have very few of them. But haste, I think that we need to. Yeah, okay, so how do we kill this? This thing has lots of fire resistance and lots of armor class, so killing it is quite hard. I don't think I have anything that ignores armor class, and yeah, ignores armor class, period. That is the main thing. And there are some spells that I could technically cast, like Permafrost. Permafrost would get the job done here. I wish I had it. Is Rock Slime a valid target for LLRD? It is. Yeah, it's in a Book of the Earth, which I have not bought, and yeah, it's not really feasible to do it in the middle of the fight. You've never won this sprint? You've won mid sprint. I have won this sprint a couple of times. I haven't done it in years, but I have won it before. It is very fun. It's probably one of my favorite sprints. Yeah, I think that I would rank this one, 6 sprint, and the bolts. Is it called the bolts? I don't remember. Bolt sprint, I think that's what people used to call it. That's the one that I played tested for. Yeah, I would rank those 3 pretty equally. Like I enjoy them all about the same for different reasons. Oh man, I almost never get to see that, but thank you for the $30, Yara. That will definitely go towards my cousin. In fact, I think at the end, oh, I cannot do that because I don't have any money in the bank. So I was gonna order the SSD immediately, but I cannot do that. I'm gonna have to wait until I receive those $30 to get the SSD. Or I could wait to get a little bit more and get a higher capacity one. But that phone's like at least a half terabyte one, which is pretty okay. Yeah, thank you so much for your contributions. I appreciate them, and my cousin appreciates them too, and my cousin's mom appreciates them as well. Anyway, yeah, Farstorm. You've gotten many hours of entertainment from my content is the least you can do. It is quite appreciated. Thank you so much for your generous contribution. It really helps me a lot as well. Now, if this Azure Jelly lines up and I can get a 3 slime fireball, that would be great. I would like to see that. It's not quite a 3 slime fireball, but the rock slime is not gonna take a lot of damage from it anyway, so I could just ignore it and go for the 2 slime fireball. On the other hand, this one is closer. No, they're about the same distance, aren't they? Okay, I'm just gonna kill these ones then. How is this not death? How did I one-shot the slime creature, but I didn't one-shot the Azure Jelly? Slime creatures have 60 HP, Azure Jellies have 82, but they're weak to fire. That's so strange. You know, I feel like I should have one-shot the Azure Jelly and the slime creature should have lived, but I don't know. Okay, there we go. Gonna Brom the rock slime yet again. And we are going to Stone Arrow this slime creature. And we're gonna Stone Arrow. Oh, maybe we Brom the other slime creature. Unfortunately, it is close to the wall, so that boulder is not gonna last for very long. Stone Arrow. Okay. Oh, wow, it one-shot the slime creature. Not bad. You've done a few line sprints and 6 sprints only with Kaslal. I've done line sprint. I have not done line sprint in a while, since Thunderhooks were added to the game. I feel like Thunderhooks kind of ruined line sprint. Yeah, line sprint was not built with a monster that can do that much damage, smite targeted, that early in the game. Like with that kind of monster in mind, it's pretty rough. So ever since those guys were introduced, I have not really played line sprint. I don't know if I like line sprint that much. I feel like the kind of build that is viable in line sprint is much more limited than the builds that are feasible in other sprints. Okay, so we survive fighting 4 slimes at the same time, and we see another acid blob. Okay. The acid blob is pretty hurt, and so am I. I don't have the resistance. And I used my potion of resistance way early. Played it safe, used heal wounds. It was not terrible. Severely wounded. Okay, Stone Arrow doesn't quite get the job done, but we're almost there. And okay, slime creature. Acid blob dies now. Okay. This slime wave is pretty scary. I feel like this is a little bit above my pay grade. But if I survive it, I'm getting Firestorm. Like right after I survive this, I get Firestorm, and I should be good for not everything because it gets quite crazy beyond a certain point. But we should be good until you know some later waves that I will not mention, because even mentioning the wave number could be considered a spoiler. Ooh, Starburst. I'm gonna get that. That's a funny spell. I like Starburst. Also, that will serve as my boss killer, unless it's a boss that's immune to fire, in which case we would be in trouble. Until Orbs of Fire. Yeah, until Orbs of Fire. 600 gold. So now we are gonna run straight for that book of annihilations. Yeah, give me that. And we're gonna learn Firestorm, which is at 10%. Very happy to see that. Yeah, Firestorm! Should I put it on the quiver? I feel like I should put it on the quiver. No, I shouldn't put it on the quiver, but I should put Fireball on the quiver. You know what I mean? You just got a soft spot for line sprint because it's where you got your first 17 rune win. Ah, yes. My first extended win had 20 runes of 15 different types, and I can prove it by pulling up the log. Finding it might take me a little bit, but I can do it. Can you get banished in sprint? Yes, you can get banished in sprint. It is the same as normal banishment. It's not great, You should not get banished in sprint. Actually, I don't know if it's the same. No, I'm sure you can get banished in sprint. I vividly remember getting banished before in some sprint. I don't know if that's no longer the case, but I have gotten banished in sprint before, and it is the same as normal banishment. I think it is the same, but you get attacked by more things. Did that change? No idea. There are some sprints that prevent teleport. There is that. Maybe those ones prevent banishment as well. You know, what if I put on intelligence? Yeah, I have some intelligence gear. I should get rid of this ring. Not gonna be using that. Okay, that's 39 intelligence. Farstorm is at 6%. Tension in the south. I've been playing longer than you, so maybe it changed to be no banishment in sprint. Maybe. I don't know. Have I really been playing for longer than you? I've been playing since 0.8. Now, where is the roguelikes Discord so I can search for that? Yeah, here's my first win. 20 runes of 15 types. In June 9th, 2011. And it took me almost a day and a half to do that. You started in 0.18? Ah, you've always been aware of Crawl. Did you play NetHack before then? Because maybe that's where I remember your name from. Because I did play NetHack before playing Crawl for about a year. But it was crucial for my development as a person who enjoys video games to have played NetHack at all, even if I didn't play it for as long as I played Crawl. Okay, I like this plan of sitting here and spamming Fireball until things die, even if the Fireball is sometimes not correctly aimed. Fortunately, I am a deep elf of Behemoth, so mana is not really a problem yet. At 650 gold. Remember, if I at some point lose the score multiplier, I will also lose the amount of gold that I'm getting. It can be run ending to drop the score multiplier. So like even if you don't die, you're gonna get so little money for a while that it might just be crippling. NetHack and a block unit well at the university in the 90s wrote the still running Association for the Advancement of Dungeon Crawling site, which is about Linley Crawl. You knew about Crawl from the Linley days. 0.13 first win in 0.17. I always say, like, it took me about a month, and I was frustrated that it took me that long to win. But you have to keep in mind that I was 15. I was not going to school. I got into Crawl in the year between middle school and high school, where I didn't take the test to be placed at a high school, and I was like not in education during that year. So my entire day was wake up, play Crawl. Well, play NetHack first, then play Crawl, go to bed, rinse and repeat. Yeah. So it was a month in those circumstances. Do not feel bad for having it take you a long time to win, because you surely were doing a lot more than just playing crawl. You got Deep Dwarf Fighter McClef home in 0.18 17th game. Well, that was a solid combo if you didn't mess about. Yeah, my first win was Deep Dwarf Earth Elementalist, and the second one was the same, but 15 runes. Um, and then I played the Spriggan, and that's how I hated Spriggans. And then I played Deep Elves, and that's how I started to love Crawl, truly love Crawl. Because before Deep Elves, I was like, okay, I kind of get the appeal of this game. Like, it's okay. But then I played a Deep Elf, and I was like, wow, this is amazing. Yeah, that was the thing that made the game click for me. Deep Elves. Yeah. Difficult to play, but also very rewarding and also very powerful. Oh, this wave is gonna be only shining eyes. My Firestorm is at 4%, which I'm very happy about. Um, oh yeah, this wave is gonna be only shining eyes. Yes, of course, you've played an enormous amount of NetHack and Hack 1.0.3 from 1988 before that. When you were around when Hack turned into NetHack, I mean, it didn't quite turn, but it was forked into NetHack. Like, did you get to experience that live as it was happening? You were not coming into it blind, and fellow Stout Soupy Hilarita had played hundreds of games before starting, and her advice was invaluable. Oh yeah, like I think that having NetHack experience, it didn't help me that much when it came to getting my crawl win, because I think that NetHack has a lot of mechanisms that do not that let you win without developing the skills that you need to win in crawl. Like, if you are about to die, you can use Elbereth and then you don't die. Um, Instead of having to think about, like, turns ahead, how do I play this situation so I don't die, right? On the other hand, NetHack enemies are crazier than crawl enemies. Like, I'm thinking about ants, for example. Like, they appear early, they're fast, they hit super hard, and they appear in multiples. The closer equivalent to that in crawl is bees, and even bees are tame compared to ants. So I guess to a certain extent, those mechanisms are necessary to have. Not live at all. You got to university in '93 and you found that Hack had turned into NetHack 3.1.3. You entirely missed the intermediate stages. Ah, I see. Must have been a lot harder to keep up with that kind of thing in the age before the internet as we know it today. I certainly don't know if I would have been able to do that kind of thing without the internet. For context, I did kind of grow up with internet, but I remember vividly. I was 5 years old when we got our first computer with internet. Um, yeah, my mom did some job at a computer making company or something that my aunt was working on, and she got paid partially with a pre-built PC, which I still have actually, like some Pentium 3 hardware. It had Windows Me. It was from the year 2000, and it was not a great computer, of course, but no graphics card. Of course, no graphics card. But it was a computer, and that was my first computer that I browsed the internet on. Your entire NetHack experience was a week-long hyperfixation. For me, it was more like a year-long hyperfixation. It started in my last year of middle school, where I was like telling all my middle school friends about this crazy game that I had found, and then they saw it and they were absolutely not interested. And then, like, that kept on in that period where I was not in school, and I started to get bored of it. And I remember that, like, Casmith from the NetHack community told me to play crawl, and so I played crawl. and it was kind of fun. And no, well, it was not kind of fun at the start. My first ever crawl run was me entering the dungeon, being in line of sight of kobolds with darts, and being killed before leaving the starting room. That bolt was removed from the game eventually, but that was my first experience with crawl, and it was not amazing. You played for 14 hours a day and got a win at the end of it and never touched it again. I got like 26, 27 wins, something along those lines in NetHack. And then I at some point I realized that it was not fun to repeat the same steps every game to get the win. And at that point, I something changed in my brain, and I wasn't able to have fun with crawl ever, or with not with crawl, with NetHack ever again. Um, to this day, I have not had fun with NetHack since then. I've played it a couple of times, but it's not been fun to be completely honest. It's not been what I would describe as fun. We can get 6 levels. Should I get 6 levels? I'm gonna get 6 levels. Yeah, that's level 21, maybe 22. I'm gonna drink them when I level up to 16. The Jenna grind was too much. Oh yes, that's the thing. In fact, I can tell you exactly when like I completely fell out of love with crawl. Um, I was playing a chaotic run because I had won already all lawful and all neutral classes, all lawful and all neutral classes, and I played only humans because Infravision is cheating. So I only played humans, and I played all lawful and all neutral, and I was like halfway through chaotic, and it was like, okay, so now I have to go through the entire dungeon to grab all the scrolls and grab all the potions and make them water to make holy water, and then make some alchemy and like um, negative or like reverse genocide nurses to get HP and like enchant my gear and wish for magic markers. And I was like, you know what, this game sucks. That's the moment where it clicked for me. I ended that run. I didn't quit it. I won that run, and I stopped playing and I started playing other things. I played Crawl and I played Dumarel and I played a little bit of Rogue and yeah, those were the ones that I tried. And other games as well. I also played Diablo. I had my Diablo phase. It was not that much of a phase. It was just me winning one run of Diablo without knowing that you could go back to the overworld. Um, and yeah, like I won one run and I didn't really play it that much again. But I could see how that game was heavily inspired by NetHack and roguelikes in general, I suppose. Anyway, boss round 15. I have not seen the boss. The boss is Agnes, but do not be fooled. This is not Agnes with the normal amount of HP. No, in fact, she has 335 HP. So she's pretty scary. But can 335 HP Agnes beat Potion of Brilliance, Potion of Haste, Firestorm spam? We shall find out. No, it's not the time to say we still got ammo. You make a deep dwarf hunter and ran out of ammo and died on your first run ever as well. So glad ammo is gone. You've probably played your last game of NetHack, so you're not touching that game anymore. Because I've not figured out, but I've said that maybe the next year I play you NetHack. Maybe I play you NetHack and try to get a win. Anyway, Agnes is about to make me explode. I need to blink away from her. These days, the NetHack variants like Evil Hack and, to be fair, years ago, Sporkhack to try to make it less of a cruise, but they don't really cut down on all the minutiae. How do you pronounce that, minutiae? I think I know what that means. Like doesn't cut down on all the small stuff that makes it tedious, but I don't know how you pronounce it. Anyway, I think that in order to cut down on those things, like it will just turn into a completely different game. Um, Probably too much work that goes beyond the scope of a fork. Okay, Agnes is almost dead. Hey, she died. And I got a Randart that is pretty decent. I think it might be better than my old Willpower Randart. So we're gonna drop the old one. Yeah, it's 3 dexterity. We don't need that. No one needs that. Got 7 potions of experience. I still have not leveled up to 16. I'm gonna wait to level up to 16. That says 3 runes. That's enough to enter the realm of Sot. How much? I should maybe start buying these Randarts. You know, I am running around with a robe and a helmet. No shield, no cloak, no gloves, and no boots. So let's start by buying these gloves. Let's see what we get. 10 mana! Oh boy, imagine if I had done that earlier. Oh, it would have been incredible. 10 mana, that's wild. I think it's gonna be quite hard for me to move away from these globes. That's beautiful to see 10 mana. That's a whole extra Firestorm. Mini like the car. 2 to rhyme with chew, I. Mini try. Mini tray. Mini try. Mini try. I don't know, it's hard to describe, understandable. Missing See Invisible, a Ghost Moth could really wreck me. Yes, it could. Yes, it could, and yes, it's going to, because I don't have potions of invisibility. Oh, there are no potions of invisibility. There's See Invisible in a shop for 225 gold, but I cannot make myself invisible. That is going to be a problem. Minishra. Minishra. Minishray. Ah, minutia. Minutia, that's what you mean, minutia. I see. Like when you type minutia in the chat, I didn't quite understand it. But now I understand it. You know, this stack of scrolls of identify was a lot more necessary when the armor and the jewelry were not identified when you picked it up. You think you find their official ghost name is Ghost Mods? Yes, yes, I understand it. I think I agree. Yeah, Ghost Mods are vile. Kind of make me think that they shouldn't be in the game. You know what's it's a pretty good cloak. I'm gonna put it on. We don't care about the -3 slay. And now we have resistance to corrosion, huge resistance to negative. We still don't have fire and cold resistance, which is quite scary. We still don't have boots. No boots. No shield. There's a buckler here. We're gonna buy that in time. And yeah, I hope I get good stuff, but that will have to wait because I don't have any more money. We are at 161 gold, and I only just recently used my first scroll blinking rather, so I don't have to buy anymore. I'm gonna wait. Okay, back to full resources. Tension in the north. Death Yak. Is it gonna be only Death Yaks? Because what scarred you before your first win, so you're always worried about them. For me, my nemesis from the early days was Luis. My best run ever was, well, my best run ever when this happened, of course, was a Troll Berserker that had early gold scales. And so I was destroying everything because I was an early game Troll Berserker with gold scales. Until I saw Luis, and then I was like, oh, puny mage, I'm just gonna wreck it. And of course I was a noob, so I didn't think to do this. And that was a grave mistake, because once again I was a noob, and I also didn't think to use Trox Hand immediately. So I pressed tab and Luis banished me, and then I got killed in the Abyss. And then I was traumatized by the Abyss, pretty much. Oh yeah, those were the days. Okay, how's my Firestorm doing? 1%. Hey, look at that. That's pretty good. And we just leveled up to 16, so time to drink some potions of experience. Your biggest nemesis is rune bolts with juicy looking random gear inside. When I started playing, there were no rune bolts. The way that it used to work for a very long time was that the ghosts were just roaming in the level. Instead of getting gear like you do now, you just got ghost. The ghosts could follow you upstairs. They follow you upstairs? I actually don't remember if they could follow you upstairs because I know they can follow you upstairs now. I don't remember if they could back in the day. But anyway, the ghosts were just running around, so you could just get a ghost in like D15 that had Firestorm from someone that had been killed in the orb run. It was crazy. Regarding NetHack, what did it for you was a game where you came out the mines on D2 with reflection, magic resistance, and a decent weapon. I thought next monster that worries me will be Rodney. Yeah, magic resistance, reflection, and a decent weapon. Minotaurs. I mean, Minotaurs still hurt. I feel like Minotaurs are quite worrisome at most stages in the game in NetHack, and they're reasonably plentiful, and they ignore all the reds, so yeah, that makes them kind of scary. 800 gold. I can buy more experience. Do we start leveling up strength for pearl scales? Maybe I should do that. I have 41 intelligence, but no, that 41 intelligence, we have to keep in mind that it's not actually 41. My base is 30, and I am wearing plenty of intelligence gear that I will at some point have to take off because I will need willpower or other resistances. I think I'm gonna go with intelligence. Okay, I think that the next thing that we are going to be doing is um, buying these boots. Let's see what we get. Strength -3. I am going to get killed so bad by something that reduces my strength. And I know it. And I know it, and I shouldn't be doing it. Okay, now let's buy the buckler. Buckler has 3 intelligence. Okay. Oh, let me check something real quick. Encumbrance rating 5. How much does that? Oh, it doesn't mess with my spellcasting at all. That's nice. Whether or not ghosts fall would change, do you remember that from looking through old ghost commits? Your ghosts are best though. They, as sorry, you may remember, don't hide in bolts. They turn up when you're fighting, say, an orc warrior, and slain by an orc warrior, it craves vengeance. And it wants to kill the orc warrior, but don't get in the ghost's way. So there's like monster fighting in your fork? Still after years, your favorite stout soupism. I take it that you either reverted or never removed like the whole angels fighting demons thing from Crawl. Um, when that change happened, and I think that your fork would have been something that would have appealed to me many years ago. You know, when I got into Crawl and those changes happened, I didn't quite like them at first because I felt like they lost flavor or like they removed flavor from the game. But now I am uh, much more understanding of why those decisions were made. They were made in the name of like uh, rich gameplay more than flavor from monsters fighting each other, which is not quite an exciting thing to happen in terms of gameplay. So I understand why that change was made, and now I kind of agree with that change. What are we missing? Oh, we are missing a better robe. I guess we should buy that right now. Yeah, I can afford it. 4 strength. Harm. I'm gonna get exploded, but I'm also gonna be exploding things myself. I hope I don't regret putting that on. I have 48 strength, or 48 intelligence rather. My Firestorm is at 79% power. That's 8 dice of 20 Firestorm. You know what I could do? I could also think about buying a Staff of Fire to replace the Staff of Kong. Then I still have the Fire Enhancer, and I have Fire Resistance. Man, this character looks pretty blinked out. It's wearing almost entirely artifacts. Uh, if not Roberta, the other monster in fighting or angels fighting players with the good gods, no, but you might. You see why Vanilla has gone where it has, and they've got a point, but you like what you like. Yeah, after all, it is a fork. Uh, if you have a fork, it is because of design decisions that you don't agree with on the main line, right? And like you have the ability to make your fork, and so you make your fork. It makes perfect sense that it is different from mainline crawl, even if it's still like is crawl. It's just crawl with different rules, you could say. Even this mod, it makes you a little killing menace as a Sinny, worshipper of sin. This is only gonna be smoke demons, man. This wave is gonna be easy. Um, we got to the point where I have Firestorm. Oh, I have my final rewards: MCC, Ignition, and Fulsome Fusilade. No level 9s? Is it because I already have Chain Lightning, Shatter, and Firestorm? Where's Polar Vortex? No Polar Vortex for me. Okay, I didn't want it anyway. I guess that we can get Fulsome Fusilade, which kind of serves as Polar Vortex. I don't think we need Ignition. I feel like Firestorm fulfills that role quite well. Um, but yeah, I cannot help but feel scammed that I didn't get Polar Vortex. Okay, I'll get Fulsome Fusilade after this wave, and that will have to suffice. Like that will have to be the Polar Vortex replacement. I can have that and Firestorm active at the same time, or like I can have that while I Firestorm, and that will be neat. Why am I circling the level if we know where the tension is? Okay, this is the end of the wave. You know it's the end of the wave because large amounts of monsters start spawning. And there we go. Okay, and now I have 850 gold, and with that I should think about buying maybe other boots. No, we're fine because we got extra strength from the robe of harm, which yeah, the harm is kind of feeling nice. Like they were smoke demons, they were nothing that was going to resist a Firestorm with or without harm, but yeah, none of them survived the Firestorm, so it's pretty neat. Mm, I don't think I care about buying anything else. I think that I should buy these amulets. Let's see what we get. Acrobat again? It's not a bad amulet. It's not bad at all, but you know what I'm searching for? Mana regen. Fate is worthless. We're out of amulets. Oh, we're out of amulets. No. This is literally all the amulets that I have access to. This is so sad. I kind of want to buy regen, but I also feel like I shouldn't buy regen. Man, this is so sad. I really wanted mana regen. I also wanted polar vortex. Oh yeah, I forgot. Let's learn that. I have this feeling that Fulsome Fusilade is not gonna be half of the spell that Polar Vortex would be for the later parts of this sprint, which is a little bit worrisome. Anyway, with my money, I should buy some haste to begin with. Maybe I could buy the cancellation since I don't have any. We don't know if I'm gonna need that, or like when I'm gonna need that rather, because I'm certainly gonna need that. Am I carrying a potion of Cirque? Yeah, because I should drop that. Get ready. Okay, get ready. Ugly thing. Okay, we're at the point where we can put Firestorm on the quiver. Oh yeah, and it feels nice to have 62 mana. Oh, it's an Abyss wave with a Wretched Star. When I saw the ugly thing, I thought it was gonna be Bolts, but it is an Abyss wave. Yeah, if you have never played a sprint, do give it a try. They're quite fun and they're very much a departure from normal crawl gameplay. So you might enjoy them. Especially if you've been having a rough time with normal crawl. There's a lot of ugly things, not that many other Abyss denizens. Maybe it is an ugly thing wave after all, and that Wretched Star was just like a special guest. Yep, that's a lot of ugly things. Okay, it was not a difficult wave. The difficult waves are gonna be coming. Yeah, they're gonna be coming. I'm gonna buy the potions of resistance now. Not all of them, only one stack. Should I buy blinkings? Maybe I should buy blinkings now. I'm gonna buy the brilliances. Actually, they're quite cheap, so I think that they are worth buying. I could buy that book, that staff of fire that I talked about earlier. You have the fire resistance. What wave are we on? We're not. Yeah, 18. Okay, so we still have some time. Sometimes and some opportunities to get Randarts that give me fire resistance. Not to mention that I can buy the rings, and maybe one of these rings has like 2 or 3 pips of fire resistance. That would be quite nice. That identify shop should probably be removed because it doesn't serve any purpose now that things are identified when you touch them. Ooh, you remember when ghost mods were mentioned earlier? Yeah, that's gonna be a thing. It's definitely gonna be a thing in this wave. You know, I'm one-shotting Emperor's Corpse. That's quite nice. I am almost certain that I'm one-shotting them because of harm. Without harm, I don't think I would be one-shotting them. Harm plus 30% outgoing plus 20% incoming. Yeah, but the thing to consider is that I'm already. Oh yeah, there it is, the ghost mod. I don't know what it is. This is a problem. This might end the run. I didn't. Oh, it's next to me. Oh no. It's knock up on me. I'm gonna blink away. Yeah, now I have to buy some more scrolls. Okay, I'm close to the shop. I'm gonna go buy them right now. Yeah, that should be plenty of scrolls for the rest of the run. That was quite the jump scare. Yeah, remember when we talked about this? Luckily, I have mana. Yeah, if I had been out of mana, then it would have been quite rough. This being a sprint, I have more options. Like I have potions of mana, scrolls of blinking. So like it's not a death sentence, but it is quite annoying, and it hits me in an obtuse way. in the form of like making me use consumables that are better saved for, later when I actually will need them for real instead of needing them to survive a broken monster. I guess we get fighting and dodging now. Or I could get 26.9 spellcasting. Let's get 26.5 actually. Yeah, we'll think about what title to get later. Since this is a sprint, I'll have plenty of experience. And as I said already in the stream title, stream ends when I kill Master Blaster. Where is the enemy? I got the timer, but I don't know where the enemy is. Oh no! Where is the enemy? Do you see it in tiles? Because sometimes in console the enemies don't appear, and in tiles the enemies do. Where do you see the orb spider anywhere in the screen? Because it says the orb spider moves out of view, and I don't know exactly where out of view means. Okay, there it is. Hopefully that's it. Okay, that's it. We undrop the multiplier, 950 gold pieces. What do we need to do with these 950 gold pieces? I'm gonna start stocking up on consumables just in case I need them later. Buy some potions of mana and potions of haste. Yeah. Yeah, we still have plenty, so we're not at risk of running out. I don't have enough money to buy a quad damage, but yeah, we should start thinking about stocking up on those as well. Oh, I can buy a Ring of Cold and Fire Resistance. I mean, it's quite underwhelming compared to what I have already, but it is certainty to have Cold and Fire Resistance. But we still have some time, I would like to believe. Tension in the East boss round. Let's see what we got. Greater Orb of Ice, 600 HP. But other than that, it's an Orb of Ice. Yep, Orb of Ice with 600 HP. Shouldn't be that much of a problem. That's Firestorm number 3. Number 4. Number 5. A Greater Orb of Ice dies. You have won a prize for killing the boss. It is a pretty good amulet. I would be extremely happy to find such an amulet in normal gameplay. But I think I'll keep what I have because what I have gives me 4 intelligence. Yeah, that's the whole reason. Other than that, it's a pretty fantastic amulet. 1,000 gold, potion of experience. I'm gonna drink it. 64 mana. Man, this feels good. Having so much mana feels fantastic. Makes me feel like I cannot ever run out of mana. You know what? I'm gonna carry that. It takes 5 turns to put on, but it might be necessary if my strength drops way too low. Yeah, that's some really, really powerful Firestorm. 8 dice of 21 with 1 enhancer. Okay, round 21 fight. 21. We are getting pretty close to the end. Well, not to the end, but like to the end of 3 runes Thunderdome. Except it's not quite 3 runes, because I have 4 now. It's pretty funny how you can get 5 runes before the orb spawns. Just like in normal gameplay where you get like your standard 3 runes and then you get like your 4th rune from like bolts or so and your 5th rune from like the abyss or so. There's the 3 lair runes and then the bolts rune and then the abyss rune. And then extendeth. This time we got Draconians. I think it's a little bit early for Draconians, but I have incredibly damaging Firestorm, so it's not a problem. And that is it for spellcasting. That's 26.5. Let's do the same for the skills that enhance my Firestorm. So I can get more damage. Your first win was 4 runes. You got banished. What can you do? Yeah. I have to say that my late game crawling has been significantly less stressful since I started thinking of bolts as an optional rune instead of like the default third rune that people think of it as. Yeah, I have to say that I'm not a fan of bolts as a third rune. Okay, we're still not done yet. Surely this is the last guy, right? Oh, it's not the last guy. Okay, for a second I was a little bit scared for my multiplayer. You know, it will get real when it drops to 20 because you get the timer mentioned at 50 and then you get it mentioned again at 20 and then I think it's from 10 to 0. And then it says the arena falls silent and you have lost your multiplier and it's pretty bad in general. And I should buy that quad damage. Yeah, I should buy them. Those are gonna be necessary. Fight lightning round. Lightning rounds are pretty funny. It's like the same amount of monsters, but they spawn a lot faster. Um, yeah, as you can see, there was a ghost moth there. No. Okay, okay, it's fine, it's fine. I still have the mana to deal with it, so it's not that much of a problem. And I, of course, one-shot it. Okay, pretty good. Pretty good. I don't know how poorly this would be going if I was not a Behemoth worshipper, by the way. I feel like Behemoth has been of great help. Um, your second win, having got the Abyssal Rune without too much trouble in the first, was Vinestalker Fighter of Okawaru, 2 Snake Runes and Abyssal. We think alike, Bolts is optional. Yes, like, the thing about Bolts is that it's so difficult. It's quite a difficult level, and it is also quite a difficult level that you have a very hard time escaping from. And that combination is pretty bad for the heart. I would recommend against it. Um, oh, look at that! That is a Naragun. Pretty late game stuff. I'm very happy that it's a nice wave instead of a far wave because a far wave would be significantly harder to deal with. A nice fiend, yeah, sure. Yeah, sure, goes for the torment, no problem. The torment dealt not that much damage, but you have to keep in mind that I have 3 pips of resistance to negative and harm. So the 3 pips of resistance to negative kind of counteracted the harm there. It still dealt about 55%. No, 45% of my current HP, so not great, but not as bad as it could be otherwise. Fortunately, the Ice Fiends are weak to fire, so Firestorm just one-shots them. Um, no substitute for Behemoth sometimes, especially Behemoth doesn't support Dragon Skull, but Behemoth with Dragon Skull is sheer joy. Yeah, you will never run out of mana, pretty much. Okay, now it's 8 dice of 22. That's pretty neat. And if I was to use a second enhancer, I could definitely get it close to 100%. All right, so now we get a little bit of this and maybe a little bit of this. I am starting to really stack up on money and I don't really want to buy anything else. Maybe it is time to replace the Staff of Conjuration with the Staff of Fire, as I said earlier. That will, however, decrease the power of Fulsome Fusilate. And I don't know how much I like that, decreasing the power of Fulsome Fusilate. On the other hand, I do not have fire resistance and I do have harm. So, like, the chances of getting one shot by a normal fire or something are real. And because of that, I'm gonna do this. Oh, I should buy potions of... No, I already have potions of resistance. Okay. Yeah, I only just remembered, but I forgot that I remembered already. All right, that's fine. Okay, now this is at 68%. 3, 5 dice of 22. 3 to 5 dice of 22, it's fine. Tension in the West, Firecraft. Okay, so now we get the fire wave, and that's kind of rough. Yep, even something as fragile as a Firecraft doesn't get one shot by Firestorm because it's immune to fire. That is going to be a problem. But at least I got my fire resistance right before it, so at least I don't think I'm gonna die. Oh, it's only gonna be fire crabs. I thought it was gonna be a fire wave, but it's only gonna be fire crabs. I'm starting to think, what if I stun arrow them? It takes a while to kill them. I don't like it that much. The thing about Fulsome Fusilade, it does do plenty of damage, but it also costs a lot of mana. And that is what makes me uneasy about using it here. On the other hand, I don't think it's that much of a problem because, yeah, the wave doesn't seem to be that bad. The Firecrabs are dying fast to it. You have that on a Naga Hunter who saw Behemoth Altar on D3 with no spells, but why not give it a bash? 5 runes, the last was Tomb, you had Ignition and Behemoth, and Sot was okay with Infinite Dragons. Yeah. And if you have Ignition and Behemoth too, I mean, hard to lose with such a setup. Okay. What was that? Wave 24? Wave 24. Okay, so we're gonna fight a boss now. That could be a problem. Let's see what we get. Boss rounds. Menace. But it's not your average Menace. It's Menace with 250 HP. Very scary. Yeah, I need some of these things to be in the way. Or not. A rune of Sot has appeared. You have won a prize for killing the boss. You see here the Codex of Ghoulish Peregrination. I have plenty of arena points now because I have not dropped the multiplier. Let's see what we get. Nothing too interesting. Dispersal could be an okay thing to have. Not gonna lie, that could indeed be useful. I'm a little bit bummed out that I didn't get Polar Vortex. I cannot believe that I only got level 8 spells from Behemoth. Like, I got 3 level 8 spells instead of getting Polar Vortex. That's crazy. Or Chain Lightning. Yeah, both of them would have been a pretty cool thing to have. Oh, but I already have Chain Lightning. Yeah, I could probably train for that. Since, I mean, we are already swimming in experience. And I don't think that the potions of experience that I bought influenced that much. The potions of experience, what they did was increase my stats and my HP more than increase my skills. Yeah, we still have not hit level 27, but we're almost there. Yeah, this is fun, isn't it? I hope that you have been enjoying it as much as I have been enjoying it. I needed to play some sprint. Glad that I decided to do that today. That is a Panlord. Oh yeah, that is indeed a Lord of Pandemonium. Blink close and anti-magic melee. That's so scary. At least it's not fire resistant, so I should be able to kill it fast with 2 or 3 Firestorms. As long as it doesn't blink like that. At least it's not next to me. A Shadow Imp. Kind of anticlimactic, considering that we just fought a Panlord. You know, it could have been a lot worse. Panlords can generate with really nasty spell sets, so to have one that generated like that, not so bad. It could have been bad, but it wasn't. It wasn't bad. Okay, so far the generation has been benevolent. No Hell Sentinels, no Brimstone Fiends. Yeah, okay, that's a Balrog. For the Balrog, I think that we go for some Fusilate. It also happens to kill a Nekosek, that's quite convenient. Had to split for a moment. Thank you for stopping by. Like it's not like you have to be here. You just are here because you want to be here. And I appreciate that. Bombard, Dispel Undead range, Summon Demon, Abjuration, no fire resistance, plenty of armor class. Thank you for the follow. Another Panlord. Like, come on, come on. Don't throw multiple Panlords at me at the same time. That's cheating. At least none of them have fire resistance. Yeah, that is definitely something to be grateful for. That none of them have fire resistance. Maybe I should have hasted. Okay. That did feel like the end of the wave. It was a little bit too much. Maybe I shouldn't have been fighting it here, but the thing is that if I'm fighting here, like I get to see pretty much everything, and I can kill everything as it spawns. And if I'm not there, like if I'm in a more defensive position, it's a little bit harder to do that. All right. SOT rounds. Ah, yes, this is round 27. It's the SOT round. Tension in the west. Let's go to the west and see. And we are going to get monsters that are reminiscent of the ones that you would find in SOT in this wave, like Tiamat. Talking about Tiamat, no, I don't think I wear that cloak. I don't think I wear it this time because I would get drained quite badly and I wouldn't gain any armor class for it. Yeah, I think that for this wave I'm gonna use a potion of brilliance. A great Minmay brought of ignition that I initially gave the spell fireballs damage with the expectation that it would be significantly underpowered. Ah man. This is because having an underpowered spell is much better than having an overpowered one. Then the damage got lowered below fireball. So yeah, I think this decision was reasonable since, like I said, an underpowered spell is way better than an overpowered one. But it does mean ignition is almost certainly very, very weak, but also excessive paced. It's fine. Ignition is not very, very weak. It's quite a powerful spell. It is fantastic, and I am a big fan of Ignition. Um, as I have said multiple times, I'm a fan of positional magic, and Ignition is a positional magic spell that rewards you for being able to group up the monsters so that they get exploded by multiple things. Yeah, Ignition is amazing. Um, I think it's pretty funny that it is or it was underrated. By really strong players such as Minmay. Anyway, I'm Firestorming Tiamat, and Tiamat is dying to Firestorm. Yep, that was quite oppressive. Notice Tiamat, 4 turns later kills Tiamat. Also killed a Killer Clown in the meantime. Yes, of course. WTF to Minmay. It's very funny that that it was underrated. Like, why was it underrated? How is this thing not dead? I guess it's a normal fire, but it still got hit um by multiple flasks from Fusilade. So while we enjoy this peaceful and tranquil South round, I'm gonna tell you about what I have for I don't know if you would call it lunch, but like what I ate today at my eating time, which is about 2 p.m. I got chicken tacos from the market. You know, they're not my favorite, but they are very cost efficient, and they're not bad at all. Like I'm not gonna say no to them. Um, the unfortunate part is that they didn't have fries for me, and I was pretty sad. I was so sad that now I wanna buy an air fryer, so I can make my own fries, so I never have to go through uh, the whole process of wanting fries and going to the place where they sell them, and then them being out of fries. But I do have to say that out of fries is a little bit. It's not like they don't have any. It's more like we have fries, but we put them in the tacos, so we cannot quite sell them on their own, which is the case sometimes. So yeah, they make good fries. Like it's as fresh as it gets. They just get the potatoes from the market and they chop them up in front of you and they fry them in front of you and they put them on the tacos in front of you. So like it's as fresh as it gets. Nothing is frozen. Um, but unfortunately, since they put them in the tacos so much, they don't often get the chance to sell them. The Orb of Salt has appeared in the center of the arena, so technically I could pick that up and win the game already. Which I am not going to do because, as you can see, this stream ends when I kill Master Blaster, and we have not killed Master Blaster yet. You think the if on Ignition bugs you. If anything, now you think about it, more damage but a fireball that would hurt you, or an ally just doesn't go off. What do you mean by if IFF? Fries in tacos? Is this like a cheap body, a sandwich with chips fries? It's probably like that. In Mexico, there's plenty of styles of tacos, and you won't find tacos with fries everywhere. Um, the style of taco that of taqueria, I guess, that makes tacos with fries are the ones that make tacos de cecina. Cecina is like a style of like meat preparing that is very salty, and I don't get cecina from them. I get chicken, but they make all the tacos that they make the same way, just like the meat, the protein, some onion and some fries. But I ask them without onion, not because I don't like onion, but I just don't like the combination of flavors of the onion and the chicken and the sauce and the fries. I prefer only the sauce, the fries, and the chicken. Um, but yeah, that's how they make them. And like people who don't buy the idea of tacos with fries have not had tacos with fries because yeah, it's so good. They fill you up. They are delicious. Everyone likes fries. They're fantastic. They're quite good, and I strongly recommend you to give them a try if you ever get the chance to try them. Fries in tacos. It is exactly how you hear it. They fry the potatoes, and then they put them in the tacos. As simple as that. As in Ignition's fire just doesn't hurt you. It identifies friend or foe. You think the identify friend or foe on Ignition bugs you. If anything, now you think about it, more damage but a fireball that would hurt you, or an ally just doesn't go off. I don't know about that. Like maybe that's how Ignition would be designed if it was released today. Because there's been a couple of spells like that. Like for example, the new permafrost spell. Yeah, permafrost eruption. This works like that. It will always attempt to blast the largest concentrations of foes in sight and never explodes next to the caster. Never explodes next to the caster. A chip body. No, well, you already mentioned what a chip body is. I've never had one. You say that it is a sandwich with chips fries. Yeah, chips is when they're sliced like in little rods, right? And fries is like very thin ones. I don't know how else to describe them. Because I mean like when they're rods, that's what they add to the tacos. It would be quite difficult to make a satisfying taco with like the thin kind of fried potato. Kebab bands often do them too. Oh, that may have been where Mexico got them from. If you pick up the Orb of Sot in this mode, the same things that happen when you pick up the Orb of Sot in the normal game happen. So don't pick it up unless you want to be fighting Panlords for the rest of the game. Fight Lightning Round. The exit has been sealed. It will reopen when you get the next rune. I have never tried this, but I don't know if you can just leave runes from before on the floor and go pick them up to reopen the exit in case you need to. Anyway, this is where we start to get too extended. This has more than 27 rounds. You will see the next rounds, and the next rounds are pretty funny. This is where things start to get kind of wacky in this sprint. It is gonna be only Yachter captains, but I can easily one-shot them. Yeah, I can easily one-shot them if they don't get first strike. It's a lightning round, but it's not a concentrated lightning round, so a couple of Yachter captains that are still around. All right, we're still not done yet. Need to train more. But what can we train for? Do we get shields? I think that it would actually be pretty funny to get 27 shields. What you mean by chips and fries makes sense. Yeah, well, you know the ones. You know the ones. The ones that are like rods instead of being cut thin. I like them both, of course. Like I don't think anyone doesn't like them both, but I think I prefer the ones that are like rods. Okay, this Vashnia is not buffed because this is not a boss round. But even if it's not a boss round, you can still get uniques. Okay. When did I get that? Berserkitis doesn't matter. You know, I should probably... I have mutation potions. A Boydus comes into view. Yeah, considering that I have a lot of money, I think we can do that. You're somewhat resistant to further mutation. That's not bad. I'm gonna keep that. Is this gonna be only Boyduses, or is it going to be... Oh, it might be only Boyduses. We've seen 4 already. British English chips, big rods, skinny chips, thin rods, crisps, very thin in one dimension. Oh, Demon Spawn Warmonger. This is how you understand it. I don't quite know why they're called chips. What I think of when I hear chips, it's actually the other way around, like crisps. I'll never get it. I'm just gonna call them fries forever. American English fries, thin rods. Yes, fries, thin rods. Exactly. That's what I'm used to. Chips very thin. God knows what they call big rods. But these tacos have thin rods in. Boy Deuce is next to me. This would be a good time to have a Mystic Blast to push the Boy Deuce away. But fortunately, Stone Arrow was enough. But Boy Deuces are quite scary. Since the Engulf makes me unable to cast the spells. They sound delicious anyway. They're really good. Especially if the fries are crispy, which they often are. Another thing that I like to do, since I like to get extra fries, I like to add extra fries to my tacos. Or sometimes I just fry them extra myself. I don't know where the ghost mouth is. This is a problem. I don't know where the ghost mouth is. Did I already kill it? Oh yeah. Okay, let's go. Pretty good. Haven't dropped the multiplier even once, and I would like to keep it that way. I don't think we need to buy anything else, really. I think that we're set for the rest of the game. I guess that we could try, like, we could probably buy all the artifacts that I could be interested in using, um, to see if we have upgrades. Because, like, I have a ton of money now, so I can do this no problem. Let's see what we get. Let me drop it all. And let's see like this. Okay, the cloak is nice. That kite shield is also okay. The -2 intelligence doesn't convince me. Leather armor with 4 mana. I think that my robe is better than that. Even though 4 mana is not it doesn't it's not like worthless, but it is not enough. I guess is a good thing to say. Those gloves are okay. The robe is lame. The tower shield is lame. Yes. I'm training shields, but with 6 strength, that's not gonna be like a good idea. Because I don't think I'm gonna be able to use heavy shields. Hmm. 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 I have chain lightning, right? Let's just get chain lightning. Yeah, just to complement a little bit my suite of spells. And I should also get Mystic Blast. Oh, boss round, tension in the north. Let's see what we get here. Protean Progenitor, you're not the boss. You're not the boss. I wonder what's the boss. Something cast Malin Gateway. What has that? It must be a Panlord. That is a problem. Yeah, those guys are immune to fire. Menoleg! That's the guy. Okay, and how did I get frailed? Wait, all of that happened in one turn? I'm not slow. How fast are you? 130? Huh. I just got unlucky, okay. Well, this is the boss. I am fragile and I also have harm, so I could explode very easily. That's a little bit scary, not gonna lie. I'm going to use haste immediately. Kill those large trap bombs. and keep bombarding Menoleg, except that I cannot see because my line of sight got broken. Gonna wait a turn. Grinding noise is bad. We don't want to hear grinding noises because that means that my cover is being destroyed forever. You don't have enough magic to cast this spell? Oh boy, those are some scary words, but fortunately I have plenty of potions of mana. We just pop one. A Rune of Sod has appeared. The exit has reopened for now. Ah, so it reopens when it generates, not when I pick it up. That's how it works. Okay, another book. Let's see what we get here. Permafrost and Fridge. I mean, if it's Fridge, definitely complements Firestorm. At least these days in vanilla, you can just know what spells a Panlord has. Okay, it's Menoleg. Yeah, I thought that it was a generic Panlord, but Menoleg makes sense. It's just that whenever I fight Menoleg, it often doesn't get the opportunity to cast that, you know? And you know what? I don't think I'm unhappy with this. It made a nice corridor for me. Yeah, Potion of Experience. Intelligence. Now I have 51 intelligence. And my Firestorm is at 86. Not bad at all. How is my Chain Lightning looking? It's perfectly castable, so I'm gonna get it. And now we wait for the next one. This would be, what, 31? Yeah, 31. Tension in the east. So let's go to the east to the Rat Roaches. You know, these bog waves are probably the scariest ones because of ghost mods. Well, I say that, but I do dread the moment when I get like a mummy wave or something like that, or a fire wave. I should consider myself lucky that in the Sod wave I only got one orb of fire because they're not easy to deal with. Oh no, where is it? Oh, I think it's over here. No, it's not over there. Didn't engulf anything. I'm definitely scared. Oh, it's next to me. That's so bad. Okay, we blink away from those. Fortunately, I still have a lot of blinking in shops. I should probably just buy it all. Man, I hate ghost mods so much. Is it like sprint? It is literally a sprint. Found it. The +8 bar dish of Midsummer, which was useful early as a poison resistant swap and just amazing for orbs of fire. That was scary. All right, things are going fine. You know, could be going a lot worse. I have a lot of money now, so as I said, I should probably just buy everything. Formicid Transmuter had Finisher, but was very happy to swap for Orbs of Fire. Oh yeah, Anti-Magic on a +8 bar dish is quite nice for an Orb of Fire. Oh yeah, like I am so geared out. I could be buffing myself for every wave for the rest of this run. I did say that I wanted to buy Blink and also Mystic Blast, but I think Blink will get the job done. Yeah, at first I didn't value it that much, but now I am starting to really value it. It's just that I didn't need it early on. Okay, let's look at the rings. We have a ring with Quantum and 2 pips of fire resistance. Without the Quantum, it would have been a pretty useful thing to have. This ring is crazy. Oh yeah, this is a crazy ring. That's resistance to electricity, force laying, 4 armor class, and blink at the downside of negative stealth, which is not really a downside. That ring would be insane in a normal run. I don't think I care about it. We have a ring of wizardry, which would have been useful earlier for casting Farstorm earlier than I got it, but I got it pretty early anyway. There's a prize for dying with 20 potions of agility, a lesson you learned over the years. Yes, I should use them. You know what? Let's just buy this animal skin. Maybe it is better than what I have. Is it better than what I have? Let me see. My robe is. Oh, it's the harm source. Yeah, I don't think we can take that off then. Okay, tension in the west. Cacodemon. I don't want to get malmutated. Oh, it didn't die. You resist with almost no effort. I don't think that I'm wearing willpower. Vitrify 8%. Yeah, I'm not wearing any willpower items. You know, I was fighting liches without willpower. I think I got pretty lucky that I didn't get destroyed there. Oh, Hell Sentinel. I wonder what's better versus a Hell Sentinel between Chain Lightning and Firestorm. Considering that I have the Fire Vortices, maybe Firestorm would be better. But I'm gonna start casting Fulsome Fusilade before that. Oh, this is quite inconvenient. My mana got destroyed. I should have probably used Brilliance. How many Brilliance do I have? 10. Yeah, maybe it would have been worth it. It's a little bit too late now. I'm gonna use one of my 25 potions of mana. How is that thing not dead? I was gonna use a Stone Arrow, but I feel like that would just be a waste of mana. Let's go for a Firestorm. Yeah, Stone Giants is what I want to see. This is an Iron City of this level. That's what it is. Iron Elemental. I don't have LRD memorized, at least. I do have access to it. I also have Shatter. Should I get Shatter? I mean, I already have Chain Lightning. Is Chain Lightning gonna do well versus this guy? It's immune to everything. It's a literal walking wall with iron shot, slow, and metal splinters, which kind of hurts when you have 13 armor class. Geez, that's 3 casts of Chain Lightning. So expensive. But even with that, I still think that it would have been more expensive to kill it with Firestorm. Chain Lightning is kind of bonkers after all. In this occasion, however, I have plenty of Fire Vortices. Maybe let's try Fulsome Fusilate. Oh, it is not doing anything to it. That is not good at all. It did nothing. I guess it's because it's immune to everything. Did it literally did nothing? Oh yes, it's at full HP. That is a problem. This might be the end of the wave because the Iron Elemental and the Iron Dragon spawned pretty close to one another. Oh, it was not the end of the wave. Okay, that's not gonna do enough damage, and I should stop doing that. Well, Sentinel. Oh boy. Yeah, I should have used the Potion of Brilliance. It's late now, but I'm gonna use it. The thing is that I do kill these things, but the mana regain is not enough to compensate for the amount of mana that I use to kill them. So Brilliance would have helped a lot before then. Wow, with Brilliance I have 100% power Firestorm. That's really hard to get. But I mean, I have 51 intelligence, double enhancers. My skills are almost maxed, so yeah, that's the kind of setup that you need for 100% power Firestorm. Pretty neat. Round 33 boss round. Because every 3 rounds there's gonna be a boss round now. Khufu, the Undying Pharaoh, with 500 HP. You know what? I think that we want to haste for this guy. Yep, that's 80 damage torment. Alright, that gets the job done. And now we get Potion of Experience, and a bunch of money, and the Golden Rune of Sot, and a Book of the Senses. What does that have for me? Nothing that I want to use. Yes, silence is a death sentence for this character. We don't want to ever be silenced. Being silenced could effectively mean that the run is over. How could I survive getting silenced? Now that I think about it. I don't think I have anything for when I get silenced. Should I train for condemnation? Yeah, like, I mean, I don't even know if silent specters can generate, but just in case, and it's not like I need a lot of experience for it. Like at this point, yeah, we are in a pretty good spot, so I'm just gonna train for it. I sure hope that's not only ghost mods. Please, not only ghost mods, because ghost mods are the worst thing. It does look like it's gonna be only ghost mods. Yep, that's definitely only ghost mods. What a nasty wave. I wish I also had or like invisibility myself, but there is no such thing. On the bright side, whenever I kill them, I gain back so much mana that it's not really being a problem. As long as I spam my Firestorm in their general direction, I think I'm killing them well enough to do fine. Was it a lightning round? Because there's plenty of, oh yeah, fight lightning round tension in the south. You know, if it hadn't been focused on one side, this would have been game ending. I wouldn't be able to survive this. Um, oh, we're done. All the enemies that were gonna spawn already spawned. Something hits your fire vortex. What do you mean by that? How am I not killing things? Um, Echoing sentiment. Ghost mods are the worst things. Okay, victory. I only just realized that there's the scroll shop that I have not made use of. Though I don't think that at this point scroll fear will do a lot. I'm still gonna buy the focus. Yeah, and I don't think we want enchant armor or enchant weapon. And I think we can just collect the potions of experience now. Round 35 fights. Okay, that's gonna be only Spriggan's Berserker. Spriggan Berserkers is my guess. Oh no, it's Spriggans in general. Enchantress, maybe? Could be here. There's a very real possibility, but doesn't stand a chance versus my ridiculously powerful Firestorm. Without the enhancements, it's 8 dice of 22, which is quite a lot. The Brilliance Potion makes it go all the way to 8 dice of 25, which is as strong as it gets. No, okay, that's my bad. I messed up there pretty bad. Okay, that's 14 skill in polearms. So now I can swing the Condemnation Trishula if I really need to, in case something that silences me appears. I do have to say that in case a random Panlord was to spawn with silence, I have not much to do against it, even with a Holy Wrath weapon. So hopefully it doesn't happen. Hopefully I don't see any of those guys. Okay. Really good. We have a heavy hand cannon. Before the boss fight, I need to take a little bit of a break once again. I'll be back in no time. Don't go anywhere. I should really think about buffing before fighting this boss. Let's keep that in mind. All right, I am back and ready to continue. May have been there before. Oh yeah, it was there before, but I think it is worth repeating. Those ghost mods are quite vile indeed. Potion of haste, potion of resistance, potion of brilliance. Serabov. Demon Lord of Fire and Steel comes into view with the Sword of Serabov. Now, Serabov does not have resistance to electricity, unfortunately for you, so I am going to be casting Chain Lightning. How much damage does this Chain Lightning do? 3 dice of 115. I'm gonna keep going. That's Chain Lightning number 4. Chain Lightning number 5. No Firestorm, fortunately. Firestorm would have made things a little bit more complicated, but it didn't happen. Okay, Fiery Rune. Did I get a Demon Trident of Draining as my reward? Yeah, I did get a Demon Trident of Draining. Let me tell you, that's not that much of a reward at this point. So yeah, unlike the normal uniques that spawn before the Sod round, the Panlords that have been generating generate like normal. Yeah, they're the exact same way that they are in the normal game. Haven't been expecting them because of that. Though I probably should, since I haven't played this in a while, and things may have changed. Okay, some acid blobs. Surely this is not gonna be difficult. Yeah, slimes shouldn't be that much of a problem. Like, I think we survive a slime wave very early in the game when I have to kill the rock slime with Brom. So if I survive that, I can survive now that I have Firestorm, and Polar Vortex. No, not Polar Vortex. I wish I had that. Firestorm and Chain Lightning is what I have. And I could also get Shatter if I wanted to. Maybe I should. But getting Shatter would destroy my walls. But maybe it is time that the walls come down. Running kind of low on mana. Not the greatest blink. Yeah, I only did that because I needed the mana efficiency of hitting multiple things with one Firestorm. Would be nice if a monster with digging destroyed this, so I could retreat more easily into a favorable position. I don't have digging. You know, a wand of digging could be a nice thing to add to this sprint. And the identifies really needs to go. There was a time for the identifies, and that time has already passed because of the development in main crawl. But in general, sprints are a little unattended. In fact, I thought it was quite nice that someone remembers to change the shops in this sprint, or at least not change the shops, change the shop singular to add talismans. But these scrolls of identify, they need to go. Tension in the south. More Spriggans. Haven't seen anything too crazy. Wonder why. Oh, it's an electricity floor, not a Spriggan floor. Like the way Sud defense just rotted under them. I mean, they got a PR to restore Sud defense, but alas, it wasn't accepted. Yeah, it's a shame about Sud defense. I have fond memories of that from back when I was new at Crawl and I was too frustrated playing the main Crawl and like not doing well at all. I played Sud defense to de-stress, and I never won it, but I did have a good time with it. I enjoyed it quite a bit. No way to hit those two things at the same time without putting myself at risk. I'm out of mana. I sure hope I can regen my mana. You know, this would be a lot less taxing on my potions of mana if I had found an Amulet of Mana regen. But unfortunately, it was not meant to be. I could really use it. This guy is getting kind of annoying. You know what? I'm gonna use a potion of mana on you. Oh, this might be the end, because there were a lot of things that spawn at the same time. It either was the end and I missed a monster, or it wasn't the end. You could type before you get it done, but Sud defense and Stud Super is at least on your list, to be clear, mostly thanks to the excellent work of the person who sent that PR. Was it the original maintainer for Sud defense, like the original developer? Or was it someone else who really likes Sud defense? Also, do you have the PR? Because I want to read it. Now I kind of want to read it. Ouch. Okay, how about we don't get hit again? Because, like, I mean, we do kind of have 25 scrolls of blinking. I'm so happy to have resistance to electricity. Also, that went on for a while. Jeez. To the point where we are probably not gonna have enough time to regen to full HP. Gonna use a couple of heal wounds. Yep. That should be enough. Yeah, that should be enough. Boss round, tension in the west. And we get Lomlobon, Demon Lord of Forbidden Knowledge. They are the same. Yep, same as in normal Crawl. I'm gonna use a quad damage. I think that it's about time that I use one of these. Quad damage. If your elves come through, they do. And everything is in caps now, because that's what quad damage does. And Lomlobon also almost got one-shot by one quad damage Firestorm. Second quad damage Firestorm, of course, gets the job done. I get a pretty good Demon Trident. Yeah, it's pretty nice indeed. Lots of fire resistance. I didn't want to have any nasty shenanigans with Lomlobon, so I think using a quad damage versus Lomlobon specifically makes sense when I didn't use it against Set Above, for example, or Menoleg. Now the next one is Glorx Block, and I am only just noticing that I don't have a way to deal with Glorx Block outside of just out damaging Glorx Block. Shawa, the Mighty Dragon, is always in all caps. Seems legit. It is pretty legit. Should I train talismans? Should I train shapeshifting so I can get statue form by the time I have to fight Lomlobon? Or like, not Lomlobon, Glorx Block, which is in 3 levels, in three waves. I surely will have enough time to learn it. Or like, not to learn it, but to, have it be usable. It is right here, costs 420. Granite Talisman. Nah, I think I'm just gonna out DPS Glorx Block with Firestorm and Haste. White Lightning Round, Tension in the West, that's a lot of Sphinxes. And I don't have willpower. 11%. This might be the time to use a Potion of Enlightenment. Oh, that's a lot of Sphinxes. I'm glad that I have Firestorm. I maxed armor. That's fine because getting the armor title as a debuff is pretty funny. That was fast. I'm doing pretty well. I haven't dropped the score multiplier once in the whole run, which in previous attempts at this many years ago, I have dropped it at least once or twice. So maybe this time I can do the perfect run with hopefully the maximum possible score. That would be neat. I don't exactly know what's the maximum possible score in this in Thunderdome. Tension in the East. Oh, we're about to get to the end. How many rooms do I have? 9. I think that you get 10 in this mode. You don't get the whole 15. What is this Nekomata thing? I just realized. Deep disdain for mortal humanoids. Patronizing pity for mortal cats, and enough mystic might to subjugate both. It has a sling. What do you mean cat form trickster with a weapon? What kind of cheating is that? Phantom blitz and repel missiles. What is that? Weaves and fires a phantom copy of the caster. Fires a phantom copy of the caster with great force. Such phantoms have the same material and mystic prowess as the caster, and in Prog 2, Night Parade of Illusions may overwhelm the caster's victims. Yes, Nekomata can sustain at most 2 creatures. Okay, so it's like Rakshasa, but nastier. And gets one shot by Firestorm. I have not seen this in the main game. I think that it's pretty funny to first encounter them in a sprint. Fortunately, I am equipped to deal with them. Oh, how did you? You're a summon. Okay, you're a summon. Let's just get rid of it by fighting the or by killing the real one. Who is this guy's summoner? Okay. Summoned. Okay, I think this is the real one. Like for sure, this is the real one. And those were the summons. Okay. Kind of spooky, not gonna lie. Especially since sometimes they were not getting one shot by Firestorm. They have one pip of fire resistance. That's why. The thing where they summon a copy of themselves next to you is super scary. Whoever wrote these descriptions loves adjectives. Okay, I was trying to stall to see if there were more that were going to spawn to get more value for my Firestorm, but I mean I have 19 potions of mana. I definitely don't need to be doing that. Round 42 final boss. Final boss. So we haste, and we resistance, and we brilliance, and we I think we're good. Oh, we quad damage, but that will be when I see the boss. Master Blaster comes into view. In case you were wondering where's Master Blaster, a mighty old lich, notorious for blasting people with powerful conjurations at the slightest provocation or just on a whim. It has 1500 HP. Nothing comes close to that level of HP in base scroll. It is also quite tanky, as liches often are. This guy has Firestorm, Miasma Breath, Glaciate, and Blink Away. Yep, Master Blaster. Other than like the HP and the spells, it's just an Ancient Lich with its 20 damage touch. Is MCC removed in this sprint? No, as you can see, I have it there, but that's cheating. Also, you could technically possibly die before it goes off, or you could get Firestorm and it saps Fire Vortex. So it's not quite great. Master Blaster shouts. Instead of that, I'm gonna go the old way, which is Firestorm with quad damage. Master Blaster is heavily damaged. Master Blaster is still heavily damaged. Master Blaster is almost destroyed. And you blow up Master Blaster. A Rune of Sod has appeared. The exit has reopened. You have won a prize for killing the boss. Hey, score multiplier 53x. The arena falls silent. Everyone but you is dead. There is nothing to do but now but take the Urban Leaf. Congratulations, champion. I have mastered dodging. Yeah, nice indeed. A Book of Blasting was my reward for beating the boss. Very fitting. I hope that's fixed. I hope that you always get a Book of Blasting for killing Master Blaster. I think it would be funny if Master Blaster was carrying some super cool gear. But it doesn't seem to be the case. Anyway, I'm very happy that I managed to do it in my first attempt. It was quite easy. I don't think I have played Deep Elf in this challenge before, but that's because Deep Elf didn't used to have mana regen. The mana regen is so impactful. It makes Deep Elf way better. Um, and I'm very happy about that change, and I hope it stays because Deep Elf needs something like that. So yeah, that was Master Blaster, and now I get to pick up the orb, and now I get to leave. And so we beat Thunderdome, extended Thunderdome, 15 rune Thunderdome. I think that the bosses and the runes that you can get are actually variable because you may have noticed that I got a lots of Panlords and I didn't get Demon Lords. I think you can get either Panlords or Demon Lords. I don't know if you can get a mixture of both. Considering how I got all 4 Panlords, I think that it's only one of the Panlords or the Demon Lords. I think the Demon Lords are harder, so I'm happy that I got the Panlords. If it's the case that you can get the Demon Lords at all, I'm not sure. So yeah, I trained for the Trishula just in anticipation for like a Silent Spectre. Fortunately, non-generated. They may not be able to generate here. And yeah, pretty fun. I used 2 quad damage, one on Lomlobon and the second one, of course, on Master Blaster. If you're gonna be doing this all the way to the end, be sure to hold 1 quad damage for Master Blaster, because otherwise it may be quite difficult to kill Master Blaster. Yeah, that is it. Hey, look at that. Second place in the server with Deep Elf, Earth Elementalist. What is this? What is this wild sorcery? Level 0. Someone did something pretty strange there. But anyway, I'm very happy that I'm second place. I wonder how you get more score than what I did. I did it in 7,500 turns. Not bad, not bad. But anyway, I did say the stream ends when I kill Master Blaster, and I have killed Master Blaster, so that will be it for me today. This went for 3 hours. I hope you had a good time as much as I did. I think that the next time I play Crawl, I'm gonna play more sprints. I'm gonna do perhaps a little mini series of sprints, Cigarette Sprint and Bolt Sprint, and well, I already did Thunderdome. And maybe I do Line Sprint as well. Let me see my options real quick before I end. Sprint. Yeah, these are the options. I did Thunderdome. I'm gonna do Cigarette Sprint, the Pits, and maybe Line Sprint as well. Arena of Blood is pretty dull, and these first 4 sprints that were already in the game when I started playing are very much ancient design. They are, as I already said, more puzzle than crawl. They feature a lot of trial and error, and I don't think that they're as fun as the subsequent sprints, except maybe for this one. I don't like that one. But that will be for another day. Now I am going to end stream. See you around. Have a nice rest of your night, and thank you for the continued support, everyone. Thank you especially to the benefactor of today's stream, Jara, for the $30 that will go towards my cousin's SSD for her brand new computer. And yeah, see you around.